What's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. Alright, you guys, first up on the agenda, let's talk about war with North Korea. Politics as usual. I haven't been following it because I prefer to not know when I'm gonna die. Actually, let me not be grave. Listen, I don't know what to say about any of this shit that's going on with your president. It is certainly a scary thought, and maybe that's why I've just been avoiding it and choosing to kind of laugh it off. I know that's not the responsible way to be, and I know you guys are going to be in my comments saying, Roxanne, you got to pay attention, you got to be woke, you can't be letting these things slide. That's what our problem is now. I got all that. I'm up on it. Trust me. I know what I should be doing, but at this point, I just don't even know. It is such a fucking... our country is being run by a lunatic, and then when you have another lunatic running another country, North Korea, then you see what happens. This is a battle between egos. I can't say, you guys know I haven't been up on politics in a whole long time, but I believe that the North Korea problem has always been there, but people have decided to just kind of hold him off and not challenge him so that we don't even have the fucking headache. Now that we are there, child, I don't know what to tell you. We got folks in Hawaii that's bracing themselves for some shit that might go down. Now, of course, I saw on CNN that they're saying that, us Americans should not be worried about anything at this point. I'm hearing people explain it off as bravado and bluffing and all of that. I would prefer not to be bluffing and bravadoing when it comes to nuclear weapons and nuclear war. So it's not a laughing matter, of course, but listen, I don't know what else to say about the shit. I'm not even gonna say what I was about to say, because y'all not about to get the FBI and the Secret Service after me. But I just can't believe that your president has been able to get this far in his career as president as he has. I'm gonna leave it at that, though. We're gonna see what happens there. Because I have way other shit in my life that's stressful, I prefer to not even stress myself out over something that I don't have control of at this point. Okay? Like I said, not the most responsible way to be, but that's where I am right now. And while we're talking about politics, we can also talk about Maxine Waters, who was on The Breakfast Club the other day. I love Maxine Waters. You guys know that. Before she has become so big in the political arena now, she was a council person in Los Angeles, and we have seen this woman literally. I've seen her pretty much since I was small, a child. She has been in that arena more than half of her life, I'm sure. And yeah, I enjoyed the interview. It was very, very educational. We learned a lot from Maxine Waters. I like the fact that she's able to connect with all of the women of today, young and old. She has a special place with the millennials, and she always mentions the millennials. And I think that's because Maxine Waters is so outspoken and in your face, and that is something that the millennials like these days. So they admire to see a woman out there, not afraid of the establishment, kind of giving it to the establishment, saying what she means and meaning what she says, not only talking the talk, but walking the walk. So we admire that in Maxine Waters, and I enjoyed the interview. It was good. She's inspiring. A lot of people, including myself, was worried about her being so outspoken, but when I really think about it, Maxine Waters is near the end. She's closer to the end of her career than she is the beginning. Not saying that she's about to end anytime soon, but you know what I'm saying. She's an older woman, and she's not afraid. She's not afraid of what ramifications could come from her being so outspoken to her career, because she's already been there. She's already done that. So all that's left is to say exactly what the fuck is on her mind, and I love that about her. We need people like her out there, amongst other people, but there's definitely a place for Maxine Waters. And like I said, I just enjoyed the interview. I was glad to see, even though I didn't expect Charlemagne to be, but you know how he can be sometimes. Sometimes he is just unpredictable, but he is pretty respectful for somebody who truly does deserve it, and she does deserve the respect. There's been jokes about her out there, and everybody has said whatever they've said about her, and she continues to fight the fight, and that is why I like Maxine Waters. She says that your president might be impeached by the end of this year. I would love to see it happen. Y'all know my feelings on that. Okay, I think the Democrats sometimes will expect things to happen, and then when it doesn't, it throws us in a tizzy. So I'm not going to expect nothing, child. I'm just going to sit back and look and see if it happens. If it does, fine. They said, well, what about Pence? She said, and then if Pence gets the place, then we going to try to impeach his ass too. Okay, so yeah, it was a really good interview. If you guys did listen to it, let me know what you thought. Very educational when she was talking about the housing crisis and how black people got caught up all in that. That was definitely during the time when my husband and I first bought our house in Inglewood in Los Angeles. And we had friends that was getting caught up in that, you know, in those subprime loans and the balloon payments and losing their homes. And it was a mess. And one thing I am glad about me being so cautious, and my husband pretty much too, sometimes way more than we probably need to be, but we never got caught up in that subprime shit. We had a lot of friends that lost homes and got caught up in that. So, but yeah, anyway, getting off track. The interview was really good. You guys let me know what you thought about it. What you think about Miss Maxine Waters. I love her though. She is someone as a black woman that I can look up to and be proud of. Usher&Quantasia. Now, I won't get into a backstory because you guys pretty much know. She is the 21-year-old. She's 21 years old, I think. 21-year-old girl who is suing Usher for not disclosing to her that he had herpes when they slept together 2 years ago. Okay, and as the story goes, I just said I wasn't going to give backstory. Here I go. Supposedly, she was at a concert. It was her birthday. She had a crown on. She stood out. You know, Usher wanted her to come backstage. Long story short, they hooked up at the hotel, supposedly had sex with each other, and that was that. Fast forward 2 years later, and she is hearing a story about Usher supposedly having herpes. She contacted Lisa Bloom. You guys know Lisa Bloom is Blac Chyna's lawyer. Now, seems like she is kind of one of those crackpot lawyers that we don't have much faith or confidence in. Tabloid lawyer, I should call her. Contacted Lisa Bloom, and now here she is. Lisa Bloom says she is the first of 3 of her clients who will be suing Usher for herpes, or because he has herpes, and one of those being a man. Now, we ain't even gonna get on that right now, child. Let's stick with Quantasia. Now, there's a few things that makes this story interesting. First all, Quantasia did not get herpes. She's saying that the reason why she's suing is because she feels he should have disclosed that he had the disease, that, you know, she took the chance that she could have gotten herpes, and that's why she has such a problem with him, so that he won't do this to anybody else. Now, remember I gave you guys a story a couple of weeks ago about Usher supposedly giving his long-standing side chick herpes, and that she sued for $1 million, and that they settled out of court, and somehow that story got out. I still didn't understand how. I told you guys then how that didn't become a NDA, and you know, that there wasn't any kind of gag put on that case. So the story was strange to me, but I guess I believed it. Now we're not even sure if that story is true. Usher has not said that he has herpes. He has not confirmed it, but he has not denied it. Usher has been very quiet. So now that story is in question. But anyway, back to Sharpton. I'm just going to go on and put it out there how I feel about it. Now, if the story is true, and if Quantasia did happen to sleep with Usher, I would just go on and say that she was a groupie. She was at this concert. She knew she wanted to fuck him, and she was able to get to him, and they did fuck. Nothing else to it. You know, add that to your list of things to do and move on with your life. It wasn't until 2 years later when she heard the story about him having herpes, and on her social media she did say that she needed some money. We're gonna get to her social media in a second, but a few days after she posted that on her social media, then all of a sudden here's this big story that she's suing him, but she doesn't have herpes. The fuck are you suing for? I mean, I gave the reasons why, and I'm gonna need my real rock star lawyers out there to let me know if she even has a case here. But let me keep on with the story, right? So if she did fuck him, I'm just gonna say that she is finessing Usher, realizing that maybe she can get some money out of this, figured out some loopholes, and was just like, you know what, nigga, I fucked them too. I could have got it. I didn't get it, but I could have. So maybe I need to sue for my own mental, you know, my own feelings. But yeah, she's finessing Usher. Okay, but that's a big if. And I'm going to tell you why it's a big if. Now that we've looked into Quantasia's background, we realize that Quantasia has some aliases out there. Okay, Famous You guys know the website. She's good for digging out shit like this. And evidently, Fameless has found out that, you know, one of her aliases is Angel Valentino. She said she chose that name because her name is ghetto and it's hard for people to pronounce. So Angel Valentino shows Quantasia a little bit differently, okay? With all these different celebrities, August Alsina, you know, she had some sort of friendship with him and was trying to make it seem like they were in a relationship. Some other shit going on with the boy that played Ronnie DeVoe in New Edition. Y'all can't remember what his name is, but y'all know who I'm talking about, the one who played the adult Ronnie DeVoe in New Edition. It would be the adult. I mean, she ain't fucking no kids or nothing, child, even though you can't put it past these hoes. Not that she's a hoe. I don't know what she is, but I will tell you what she isn't. She isn't telling the truth about being in a relationship with that guy from New Edition. He didn't even know that she was going out there and putting it out there that they was in some sort of relationship. They also have stories of her talking about her being pregnant with twins, that she was working for Def Jam as a A&R or marketing. Okay, there's a whole bunch that's going on with Miss Angel Valentino. And then it's even come out from her family that, you know, she's always had lying issues, that there's some mental problems there, that she's done quite a bit in the past to make this whole story seem like it's made up. So if we was to put all that together with the story that Quantasia has put out there about Usher, then we would probably say that she might not be telling the truth. Okay, and that's why I said it's a big if. I'm going to lean towards the fact that she probably is lying, okay? And it has nothing to do with her size. I won't lie. When I first saw her, I was just like, that is not Usher's type. But then I had to really sit back and talk to myself. I said, Roxanne, wait a minute. First of all, he ain't trying to fucking marry her, just trying to fuck her. Like Brittany said, Bondi. Wet is wet, and you can't put nothing past these celebrities at all when they out on the fucking road and want to just get some fuck. I'm sure there's plenty of people that come to them of all ages, of all sizes, of all colors. And shit, if that's what they feeling like that day, then it definitely could happen. So you know, and even when you watch her social media, she is a pretty girl. Now the shit with this Angel Valentino girl, she's not as big as Quantasia is now, and I guess Quantasia just had a baby and all that, so she says she's picked up weight. But when you look at her social media, she's a big girl, but she is pretty. She's cute, okay? And I could see all in her face and all that. I could see that some of these celebrities out there would love to do something with her. So yeah, the whole thing with the big girl shit, you know, and people like big folks. I mean, y'all act like folks are big out there and having babies and having sexual lives and everything like that. I mean, fuck. My husband used to be really big. Now, he lost a lot of weight recently, but when he was big, you know, I used to love to just lay on his stomach, child. Now he done got small and shit. We both sharp up in there. Niggas just be clicking and shit. I was like, ooh, your bone, my bone, child, it'd be too much. Look, TMI. Too much information, but I'm just gonna say, like, big people, they fucking, I have a really good girlfriend. Listen, okay, I'm getting off track again, but she not as big as Quantasia by no means, but every time I touch her arm, she's so soft. She fluffy, y'all. And I'll be like, girl, you so cushiony and like a fucking pillow. Like, I bet you real pleasant to have sex with. That shit ain't coming out right, but y'all know what I mean. So I'm just like, I bet there's plenty of men out there that love them a big girl. I mean, because it seemed like it would be, you know, cushion for the pushing, child. So let's get out of that thinking that just because these girls are big that they not fucking. That's not true. Big girls is out there fucking just as much as anybody else. That is a moot point. What's more serious about this point is the fact that if she is lying and all these other people are lying, I hope Usher sues the fuck out of everybody. Okay, I hope he demolishes all of them, including Lisa Bloom, who should have been smart enough to really do some background on her clients, because now they're even saying that she's thinking about dropping Quantasia. So I hope that Usher, who I'm sure has the money and the smarts and the legal people behind him, to really just kind of go after everybody, because this has really become fucking ridiculous. That if Usher didn't do anything to any of these people, that he is being attacked this way, that people are taking the opportunity to come at him this way. You know, you shouldn't be able to do shit like this. And these frivolous type of lawsuits, I'm just tired of hearing about them, tired of people's lives being ruined behind it. And I hope that he gets all that he's supposed to get out of, you know, this full of fucking niggatry and everybody lying on him. Now, if it's true, child, I guess we will see that too. Now, we're gonna see if these other two people even come out. But if Usher is about to get everybody, you know, they might want to think twice about that. I don't know if he sues them and if they ain't got no money or some jail time because you falsely accusing somebody, if that's what it is. I don't know. But anyway, my Rockstar lawyers, y'all going, the real ones, y'all going out there and put it in my comments and let me know what you think about this case. Does Quantasia have a case? Let me know. Y'all see this face? This is the face of an irritated Roxanne. You know why? Because I woke up yesterday morning and I had no less than 6 people in my inbox and in my comments on my Instagram letting me know that the Power episode, the next one coming up, as well as the other 2 for the finale, had been leaked and they were online. Not only was it that bad, but in the fucking title of the tag that they tagged me in, it pretty much let me know what happens in episode number 8 that's coming up. And if you have been living under a fucking rock, I won't even ruin it for you. I'm not even gonna spoil it for you. You know why? Because I hate fucking spoilers. And as soon as I saw that, I was so disgusted and annoyed because I don't understand why it's not common sense that people would know that a show that you have invested 4 fucking years of your life watching, getting to know the characters. Why do you think that I want to know such a huge ass plot reveal in a social media post? I swear for God, you guys, I almost blocked everybody that did it. And then I had to really sit back with myself and say, Roxanne, wait a minute. Okay, you guys know that I try to be fair, even with motherfuckers that I don't agree with. And I said, Roxanne, you know what? The Rockstars really don't know your policy on spoilers. Okay, even though I've said plenty of times that I love surprises and all of that. So it seems like if you've been with me over these 6 years that I've been on YouTube, you would kind of know who I am. But still, can't always assume that people know that, right? So I said, Roxanne, you know what? You ain't told them your policy on spoilers. So don't block these people. Shit not fair. Go on and let them know how you feel about it from here on out, and then block their motherfucking ass if they do it again. So this is the policy. Reality shows, I honestly don't care about spoilers because reality shows is bullshit anyway. We hardly believe the damn storylines anyway. So it's just like if you guys, if you know, some shit come out and it's all over social media, I don't care about that. If a show leaks, I don't have a problem with that. When it's a scripted show or it is a movie, I would appreciate it if you would not spoil it for me, because I want to see it all play out. I want to see the whole story. I want to see how shit happens. I want to see who was involved. I want to see it for myself. It's even different if you guys would have contacted me and said, Roxanne, listen, the show episode leaked, and a few of you guys did, and thank you for those who did. A few of the episodes leaked. Would you like to see it? Do you want me to send you the link? I'm even okay with that. Give me the fucking choice. But don't be all up in my comments saying some shit like, oh, Roxanne, did you know that the show episode leaked and this happened and that happened and this person did that and that? Really? You guys is telling the whole fucking thing and think that that's okay? What the hell is going on here? I just was like, I just will never understand. But anyway, we got an understanding now, right? I'm gonna block your ass if you do that. We gave everybody a pass yesterday because the shit was so huge and it was all over social media and there was really no way for me to just truly avoid the story. But from here on out, let me bump in the shit on my own if it's a spoiler that large, or give me the choice. Don't be telling me the shit. I'm gonna block your ass. That's it. That's it. Okay, I kind of have an idea. I pretty much know what happened. I still want to watch the show on Sunday. I don't feel like looking at no bootleg ass copy and all of that. I'm going to wait. I would appreciate it if you guys would not say what happens even in these comments. I'm going to block your ass. Child, I'll tell you the truth. I was so annoyed yesterday. I said, okay, Roxanne, you taking it, you don't let it get your pressure up. Okay, just talk to the rock stars. Y'all, we here. We here. We not here, but we here. Right? Okay, please don't do that shit again. Alright, you guys, so Colin Kaepernick has not been signed to an NFL team. We know they're in camp, and I guess their signatures being done now. You guys know I don't know shit about football, but you ain't really got to know nothing about football to know that Colin Kaepernick is being blackballed. He's being shut out because of his political activism, his taking a knee while he is they're doing the national anthem at the football games. All of that has caused the NFL coaches and the owners and the teams to basically shut Colin Kaepernick out. They will always maintain that they're not shutting him out because of what he's done. They're just saying that he hasn't been the right fit for their teams. I mean, it just seems mighty convenient that, from what I understand, he still has some years left in him as a quarterback, and yeah, that he's being blackballed. Now we see that there has been a petition drawn up where people are going to boycott the NFL if he is not signed to a team. So far, they have somewhere around 130,000 signatures. That is nothing compared to the millions of fans of the NFL. As much as I would like to see something like this happening and really putting the strain and stress on the NFL, I can tell you right now that little petition ain't gonna do shit. It's too many people that are, I mean, these fucking NFL fans have been counting down the damn football season since the championship games of the NBA. So I think that the NFL is too big of a giant to try to overcome that way, and it's too bad. I'm sure there's plenty of good old boys still in the NFL, and unfortunately, even though this is, you know, the 130,000 signatures does mean something, it's not going to mean enough. It's not going to put a dent in the NFL's budget. It's not going to make any changes unless people, way more people organize and really try to not watch these games. But I don't see it happening, and that's just me being truthful. It's not me trying to, you know, down a movement that is trying to happen. I'm just letting y'all know that I don't see it happening. As far as Colin Kaepernick, this is one of those situations where he will go down in the history books as a great person. Okay, what is the saying? You know, the shit get greater later. Okay, right now folks is looking at him as the enemy, but down in the history books, when our kids are learning about, you know, people that was active during this time, his name will definitely be there. Maybe that is more important to him and his legacy. But yeah, Colin, keep your head up. He gonna be all right. It must be terrible to feel like this is your dream, was to always be in the NFL, and then to be shut out for standing up for something as simple as fighting out against racism. Okay, not anti-military, not anti-America, anti-getting black people fucked up and killed by the police, and the police not having to pay for it. That's all he was saying. But we can go back and forth about this all the time. Okay, they will never admit that that's what it is. So like I said, Colin, keep your head up. It's gonna get greater later. Now, it seems yesterday was Nippy's birthday, and like many of her fans from all over the world, people were posting their love and admiration and how much they miss Whitney Houston. We all know that Brandy Norwood is a huge fan of Whitney Houston. They had a personal relationship. She calls her her fairy godmother and all of that. Okay, so we of course expected Brandy to post her undying love for Whitney Houston, and absolutely have no problem with that. Is whenever she wants to do it, I think that that's fine. The problem with Brandy is this: when you're gonna post things like that, you have to have the wherewithal and the strength of blocking out motherfuckers that will come for you specifically for the purpose of irritating you, pushing you to that point where you feel like you have to lash back out at them, even under the guise of Monica stans or fans. Why do you not expect these people at this point in the game to keep coming for you when they know that they're going to get this reaction out of you? See, this is the problem that I've always said with Brandy. She needs to get off of fucking social media. You know, Kevin, the Scorpion, he put a post up yesterday saying that she needs prayer. You know, we don't know what she could be going through, and that's true. I'm going to continue to pray that she gets off of social media, because some people cannot handle that pressure. That's not to say that she's weak or anything. I think that if I became a huge celebrity like that, I would be very protective of myself and my family and my sanity and everything, and I probably wouldn't want to be out there as much either. People are trash. Like Ashley said yesterday, that shit was so funny to me. That saying, you know, people are trash. I don't think people are trash, but there's definitely folks out there who only want to aggravate you and get a response and a rise out of you, and Brandy just falls for it all the time. Now I realize that back in the day she was very timid and she's probably been pushed into doing shit that she didn't want to do, didn't speak out for herself, and I understand the urge to want to speak out for yourself now so that nobody can run over you. The thing is, when you keep doing it and doing it and it doesn't make a difference to the people that are coming for you, then it starts to just look like every time you say something and they say something, you say something. Okay, now this time she said that these people that was in her comments were Monica fans, and I don't know what they were saying, but she went on to post another post that said that Monica needs to get her fans, she needs to get control of them, and that she needed to come in and tell her fans that, you know, stop picking on her like how she did her Brandy stars back in the day. And I said, listen, Brandy, now you might have time to be policing your stands and your fans and making sure that they don't come for Monica, but the average person ain't got time to do that. Now Monica probably didn't even know. I'm sure she found out, but I'm sure she didn't know at the time that the fans was over there saying that shit to you. What makes you think she got time to be going back and checking everybody on somebody else's page? Now it's different if it was on her page, but if it's on somebody else's page, I can't control what they doing over there, you know. So I was just like, oh, Brandy, child, she is so tiring. I want the girl to get off of social media because she's terrible at turning the other cheek. And like Kevin said, everybody can continue to pray for her. I stretched the hands of prayer out for her the other day. So, child, Lord is still working on that one. So we ain't even gonna do it again today. But yeah, I said, ooh, that girl is tiring. Alright, you guys, so we know that Love and Hip Hop Miami is coming up. We have seen more of Trick Daddy lately than we ever thought we'd want to see in life. And also with Trick Daddy, we know that Trina will be on the show. She is the other rapper anchor for the show, you know, to bring in the viewers and all of that. Those are the big stars for this franchise. I was worried when I heard that Trina was going to be on there, because I mean, we know Trina. When you think of Miami rappers, Trina definitely is one of those ones that you think of, okay? And we look back over Trina's career, we know that Trina probably was about that life. But as she's grown older, she's had a few little hiccups and shit. But for the most part, she's gotten way more mature. She's been able to pretty much fly under the radar as far as scandal and bullshit has happened. I mean, like I said, there's been a few things, Kenya Martin, French Montana, and all that. But she's pretty much maintained, you know, a pretty cool, calm, and collected demeanor. And, you know, we just like to see Trina. You know, she's still the hood baddest bitch and all of that. Fine. But so when I heard that she was going on Love and Hip Hop, I was like, oh Lord, I hope they don't, you know, pull this girl out of character, child. I said, honey, leave it to Mona. That bitch will sure have you acting a goddamn fool, okay? Fast forward to yesterday. I don't know exactly what happened, but Trina was on social media, on Instagram Live, going off on this rapper by the name of Kim B. Rox Mike. Now, I don't know who she is. I don't know if she's on the show or not. I don't think she's on the show because I heard in Trina's ranting that, you know, you want to be on the show and all of this shit. Yeah, Trina was just basically telling the bitch to come to where she is. She was gonna fuck her up, you know, give her the location, even told her to go to her mama's house, and then she went by. That Trina was about it. Anytime you keep on asking somebody their location or you tell them where you are and they don't show up, okay, well, you ain't really trying to fight Kim B. But anyway, getting back to Trina. That Trina was hot. She was going on and on, you know, just talking, and I just sat there, and even though I did get a good giggle, I thought to myself, I said, Lord, if this is any, you know, preview of what might be coming up for this, you know, Trina on this show, this is just not going to be the best look. Yes, it does say something for her hood street persona and credibility, but she didn't need that. Like, we, you know, I think we felt that she's already had that, and we hoped that she hadn't progressed. But child, she was going off. That damn Trina was mad as shit, okay? And this Kim B. Rox girl, you know, she was going back and forth and saying that, you know, Trina's gay and that, you know, people throwing out these things as if being gay is an insult, I guess. The whole thing was a fucking mess. I'm hoping that Trina don't get into this whole being that way. Just like, girl, don't let these people pull you out, because these are kids. And Trina, we grown. And just, child, we already know, honey, that Love and Hip Hop Miami fixing to be off the chain. Trina, I'm just going to tell you right now, girl, get the whole body of armor around you. Shit is fixing to be going down, and you're going to be like, what the fuck did I sign my ass up for? We have seen so many people fall victim to this. Okay, I hope you're ready, Trina. I hope you're ready. Wasn't even going to talk about this because y'all know Rocky love, and I want all motherfuckers to be in love. Tired of fucking talking about basketball wives, but we got to talk about Evelyn and Carl Crawford and their supposed, people keep saying separation. They weren't even married, so there's no separation. They just broke up. Shit, okay? I'm not sure when this breakup happened, depending on who you ask. Some people say that it happened in just these past few weeks. While I was doing my research on the internet, there was a story back in June of last year that those two had broken up. And then suddenly Evelyn showed up at one of his games, and, you know, they were the happy doting family, and, you know, so then they put those rumors to rest. But like I said, depending on who you asked, they just broke up a couple of weeks ago. There's all type of spins on the story. Supposedly he cheated, and, you know, she found out about it, and that's why they broke up. But the family also have said they have been trying to tell him not to marry her ass since 2014. They had an issue with the prenup. They couldn't agree on the prenup, and I had figured that meant that she probably was asking for too much money if they broke up, and that certainly was the case as far as the blogs are saying anyway. And when he realized that she was trying to get too much money out of him, that he called off the wedding. 2014. That's what the family is saying. Still don't know if there's any truth to any of that. Maybe a little bit of all of these stories together, right? But the bottom line is, it don't take 5 years to decide if you're gonna get married to somebody or not, especially if you done had a baby. I mean, fuck, you done already did all that, you might as well get married. So after a couple of years and they didn't get married, we already probably could see that there maybe was going to be another very long engagement and then nothing. It turns out that that's exactly what it was. I mean, it wasn't as long as her other relationship, but 4-5 years out of your life, that still is a long time. Then when I thought about it, I was like, well, maybe this makes sense now. Maybe that's why she went back on Basketball Wives. Because you guys know, I kept saying for the life of me, I couldn't understand why she was going back to this show. You are happily with somebody. You got a baby. You're trying to have another baby. Okay, why would you bother with the negativity of this fucking show? Now it all makes sense. Okay, shit was about to crumble. And while she does have the insurance of that little baby boy, now we got to be secure in the bag. Motherfucker got to start getting some money income again. So that's why she probably went back to Basketball Wives, because I'm sure they offered her a good amount of money. And then when she got on the show, you know, because she wants to deflect on her own storyline and life that's going on with Carl and the supposed, you know, impending breakup. Now this is a bit of a reach. I will say that this is my more what is the word? Conspiracy theory type Roxanne talking right now, but I'm just stick with me for now. This could be the reason why she gave this money to Takari, because she hoped that when she gave that money to Takari that Jackie would eventually bite. Okay, she wasn't going to keep quiet about that. She was going to feel some sort of way about it, and the minute that Jackie would bring it up on the show, then they could talk about it on the show. Jackie did fall for the trap and talked about it on the show, and now it's just open season on Takari, her book, the relationship with Jackie and her daughter, all of that. Okay, so yeah, I do realize that that's conspiracy theory thinking, but when you are a person that is conniving and really just kind of plans life out from a far away and just kind of see how shit happens, you could definitely plan or hope that things would fall into place where this storyline could carry out the way that it has on Basketball Wives. And I just happen to be one of those people that thinks that probably was what Evelyn was thinking. Not to this extent, but at least hoping that Jackie would bite as far as her giving this money to Takari. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. But I just really, it's just strange to me. And because all that shit was going on so much with Jackie, then we ain't thought shit about Evelyn and Carl. Have you thought about either of them this whole season? Yeah, she did dangle the little in vitro fertilization shit in our faces, you know, so that we could just kind of keep our mind on her trying to get pregnant and have these babies. But still, Okay, I just feel like we might have been gooped, y'all. So, but you know, I hate now that this has happened because this is a family that's breaking up. I hate that we even got to talk about it and be in their business like that. The same way I feel like we shouldn't be in Jackie's shit, even though I have to admit that you're on a reality show and that you brought it to the show, so people should talk. I mean, people are going to talk about it. It's the same with Evelyn. Okay, you done been so deep up in somebody else's shit. Now you gonna know how it feels for everybody to be all in your relationship like that. And who wants that? Who would want that in their life? That's all I was trying to say is mind your business, because let me tell you something. Life has shown me that you be kicking a motherfucker while they down and talking about them and being all in their shit, and the minute you turn around, something will happen to you where you feel like you are defending yourself from all angles. And listen, it's called karma. Even though I hate when people use that word, it happens. I just will always say that when folks mind their own damn business, then shit don't come back to bite them in the ass. So, yeah, it's too bad that her and Carl broke up, you know, and they're not going to be able to raise their child together in a happy household. But, what else is there to say, child? I'm tired. Like I said, I'm tired of talking about basketball wives. We got the reunion, and then we done with that shit. Alright, so Katie Winbush Polk, better known as Wiz Khalifa's mama, she is suing Amber Rose for $50,000 for defamation of character. Evidently, Amber and Miss Polk don't get along. Even though I thought that they had a pretty cool relationship when Amber was with Wiz Khalifa, but you know, when divorces happen and families break up and all kind of shit happens, so fine. Supposedly, Miss Polk is saying that Amber called on the phone, a 5-year-old niece answered the phone, and Amber starts yelling and screaming in the phone, little girl's ear, talking about the mama had allowed the daughter, Wiz Khalifa's sister, you guys know she died earlier this year of lymphoma. She's saying that Amber said the mother allowed her to die and that she cannot take care of Sebastian because she's not responsible enough. I mean, they say that an adult got the phone from the 5-year-old, and that I guess that's what the adult person heard her say. Amber Rose is saying that it's all bullshit, it's all lies, that she did not say that she did not call this woman and say any of this, so she is now lawyering up herself. She is going to get a restraining order so that Miss Polk cannot be around Sebastian at all. Now, all of this story hurts my heart because we all know that who ends up getting hurt when shit like this happens is the child. The saddest part about it is that Amber and Wiz seem to have a pretty cool relationship, you know, co-parenting and staying out of each other's way and being pretty much respectful of each other and not having any problems. And nothing is worse when the mother of the husband or the ex-husband and the ex-daughter-in-law don't get along. Then the husband is in the middle. He's got to be trying to choose sides, of either the mother of his child or his own mother. It just gets to be a mess. In the meantime, the mama is saying that it's defamation of character because her saying these things has caused her to not be able to work in the community. I guess she does community service and things like that. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you the one that made this shit public. Now, if this was a private phone conversation, even if it did happen, okay, we didn't know nothing about it until you said anything about it. So again, my real rock star lawyers out there, y'all let me know if she got a case here. Okay, or is this just some feelings that's hurt and, once everybody can sit down and talk, we can get past it. It don't sound like they're going to sit down and talk. Once we start talking about restraining orders and things like that, then it's kind of hard to get past it. But child, you never know. They say that Black China and Rob Kardashian is trying to figure shit out so that they don't have to have the courts involved and on one page, on the same page as far as co-parenting and raising little baby dreams. So, I mean, I guess, and we know what happened with them too. Let's just hope that they don't get together, child. You ain't got to get together just to forgive each other and move on with your lives. Y'all don't need to be together. But I'm getting off subject. Amber and Wiz mama look like they're going to be head to head in court soon. It's too bad, though. And lastly, in quickies, Insecure was renewed for a 3rd season. I'm so happy for them, you guys. I'm very proud. You guys know how much I love that show, so good for them. I know there's a whole bunch of talk about, people being concerned that there are no condoms being used on the show. Hopefully that with the pressure of social media and everybody talking about it so much that, it will be addressed in the show. I know that Issa, being from the internet, YouTube and all that, she does have her ear to the street, and maybe she will be listening and that they will talk about that or address it in some future episodes. But in the meantime, congratulations to them for securing another season for the cast and crew. Baller Wives, I know it starts next week. No, I will not be reviewing it, and that's just that. They're saying that Princess Norwood, you guys know that's Ray J's wife, they say that she is infanticipating, you guys, and it was all over social media yesterday, and people were congratulating them. And then she goes on to post that since everybody is saying that she's pregnant, maybe she needs to take a pregnancy test. Okay, I guess that means that she's saying that she isn't pregnant, and that could be just her trying to deflect and trying to get through this first trimester without people wondering, you know, how she is. You know, the first trimester, you guys know, is the part where you may lose the baby, you may have miscarriages, it could be some complications and all that. Once you get past the first trimester, then the second trimester, people are usually more comfortable with saying what's going on with them. So that could be it, or she could just not be pregnant. Time will tell. We'll see. Okay, so we're gonna hold back on the congrats on that one. But we do have for real congratulations in order for Cyn Santana and Joe Budden. They did come out yesterday and say that they are pregnant. We saw pictures of her, very beautiful pictures of her and her stomach. Guys, that's the new thing y'all like to do, is show them stomachs. Y'all know I'm old school. I just be like, why we got to do all that? But I will admit that the pictures were beautiful. And then we got a very heartfelt, beautiful post from Joe Budden. I mean, everybody says that he's such a great lyricist, and I agree. And just to see him write those words to her, and that I didn't write it, I didn't copy it or anything, but him just basically saying that him meeting her changed his entire life. I think we see that as these two's relationship has been, growing and growing. But he said that she changed him. She's given him a chance. He's given him new perspective. You know, he never knew that he could be in love with somebody like this, and that, you know, she would share her life. I mean, just one of those things where you feel real good, because you can be in fucked up ass relationships after fucked up ass relationships, and then it just takes that one man or woman to come into your life who is the one that actually blooms, who grows you. And I think that Joe was saying that Cyn was that person for him. He didn't have the best reputation. We know about the shit that's gone on with Joe Budden. And it was an unlikely couple. When those two got together, I was just like, these two are trying to get back on Love and Hip Hop, okay? Because both of them had busted ass storylines that had shit to do, didn't have nothing to do with anything. But then as time went on, they weren't on the show. The relationship kept getting stronger and stronger. We were seeing more. We would see them together, and we would laugh at the things that they would post, and they seemed like they really loved each other and was happy with each other and having a good time with each other. I was like rooting for this relationship. Now to see that they are having a baby, I'm touched, okay? I did get a little thick in the throat. Now I would really like to see them two get married. That is not what you guys do these days. Again, I'm old school, I'm traditional, but hopefully that's coming down the line, because it just seems like that would be something that those two would do, considering where they are in their lives and their relationship and everything. So congratulations are definitely in order for those two. Very, very happy for the couple. Alright guys, let me get off of here. Let me remind you that next week is going to be a crazy week. I dropped Joe off, and Monday Power will be up, but Insecure won't be up probably until Tuesday, maybe even Wednesday, and everything else is going to be pushed off. But everything is going to post next week. I'm going to get all my videos in, okay? So just letting you guys know. Let me get off of here, go get my sushi, okay? We do this every single week. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.